One group of widely used cement is based on vigorous reaction which occurs between certain basic oxides and phosphoric acids to form phosphate salts of low solubility. The three products considered in this section are the zinc phosphate cements, silicophosphate cements, and copper phosphate cements. The silicate filling material described in chapter 20 are closely related, having a liquid component which is essentially an aqueous solution of phosphoric acid and a powder which is a glass derived from amphoteric or basic oxides, but these are considered separately due to their applications. Zinc phosphate cements composition. These materials are generally supplied as a powder and liquid which are mixed together by hand. Uncapsulated products are available but are rarely used due to extra cost involved. They do, however, give both a greater speed and consistency of mix, which has the dual benefits of more reliable performance and an increased working time. This is of particular benefit when using these cements as luting agents. The composition of powder and liquid in typical cements are given in table. The major reactive component of the powder is zinc oxide. Small quantities of other oxides such as magnesium oxide may also be present. The liquid is essentially an aqueous solution of phosphoric acid and buffered by adding small quantities of zinc oxide or aluminum oxide. These compounds form phosphates which stabilize the pH of the acid and reduces its reactivity. On mixing the powder and liquid together, a vigorous reaction occurs, resulting in the formation of relatively insoluble zinc phosphate as follows. Only the surface layers of zinc oxide particles react, leaving unconsumed cores bound together by the phosphate matrix. The reaction is rapid and exothermic, although its rate is tempered somewhat by the presence of buffers in the acid, and a special process of deactivation of zinc oxide powder involving heating and the sintering with others, less reactive oxides. Manipulative variables. The powder liquid ratio depends on the application. For cavity lining, a putty like consistency having a powder liquid ratio of about 3.5 ratio 1 is used. For luting, a more fluid mix with lower powder liquid ratio is employed to ensure flow of the cement during setting of restoration. It is not normal practice to measure the proportion of the powder or liquid, but rather to assess the suitability of the mix by experience. When proportioning, it is important to remember that lowering the powder to liquid ratio produces a weaker, more soluble and more irritant material. The powder is the best incorporated into the liquid in small increments until the desired consistency is reached. This method has the effect of delaying the set slightly and creating more working time, since the concentration of zinc phosphate produced during the early stages of setting are not sufficient to cause a noticeable increase in the viscosity. When all products has been incorporated, mixing should be quickly discontinued. Since continuing to mix after zinc phosphate has started to form can significantly weaken the cement. Mixing is easier if carried out on a cooled glass mixing slab. Care must be taken, however, not to cool the mixing slab below the dew point, since water may condense from the atmosphere into the mix of cement below this temperature. Excess water affects the both setting characteristics and physical properties of the set material. Proportioning and mixing are greatly simplified by using pre-encapsulated materials. Some products are supplied